don't need a high-end designer or a lot of money to get a luxe look. Be your own interior designer.
This is Affordable Interior Design, the podcast.
Here's your host, Betsy Helmuth.
My first question comes from Derek. Derek is in Denver some of the time, and I guess he's in Palm Springs others of the time. Must be nice. Both places are amazing. So let's hear more about your conundrum, Derek. Hi, Betsy. I've listened to your podcast for over a year, and when I heard about your poop water incident, I had to write in. Oh, thanks, Derek. We have a vacation rental in Palm Springs, California, and last month we found out that the upstairs unit flooded our place with, you guessed it, poop water. Everything the water touched we have to replace. We are losing carpet, rugs, furniture, etc. The silver lining is that our place was built in the 70s and it did look a bit dated. So we are going to do a whole renovation and insurance will cover a lot of the costs. But trying to manage this from our home in Denver, Colorado is a huge headache. I don't hear a lot on your podcast about Airbnb or rental properties. Since we get rentals based on pictures, we are drawn to dramatic colors or styles. I'm sure that you are aware that Palm Springs is the capital of mid-century design, and we want to lean into that. It's a little over the top, and it's not what we would do in our own home, but guests love the mid-century vibe of our unit. Here is a link to our 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo. And guys, if you want to check out this link, you will want to go to our YouTube page. You'll find the link at affordableinteriordesign.com/links. That way you can see all the pictures of Derek's space. Additionally, he is sharing a mood board of his new inspiration that I think will be really cool for you all to check out. So you won't want to miss that. Head over to our YouTube channel and we'll post it all right there. All right, back to the question. We will be getting rid of the laminate flooring and we've decided to go with a polished concrete. We will be replacing the dining area with a burnt orange since the red is not really a mid-century color and we want to tie in the orange living area with the dining area. We're going to do the kitchen ourselves with an IKEA kitchen. We want to do white gloss cabinets and have gold accents throughout. Since our kitchen is a small galley kitchen, we thought white would make it feel bigger. I'm in love with gold sinks and a gold faucet. I'm confused. If we go with a white mid-century modern backsplash, is that something you would suggest? Or should we go bolder with maybe another color? I feel like the white clean look with hints of gold will be good, but I worry it won't stand out in pictures. It may be too boring. What do you think? Are we being too boring with white on white on white? Another issue with the kitchen is that all the appliances are stainless steel. Is it okay to do a gold sink, faucet, finishes, and light fixture with stainless steel? And if so, I'm worried about trying to match all these golds. There's brush golds, brass gold, and just gold. How close do we have to match light fixtures with the faucet or the sink? Betsy, I have one question for you unrelated to the kitchen. Okay, so we'll get there in just a second. Let's answer this kitchen question. So first of all, thanks for sharing your listing. And yes, I totally agree with you. When in Rome, you've got to represent. And when people are going to Palm Springs, they expect a mid-century modern look, especially if the architecture is from that era. So I think you're doing just the right thing by leaning in. And you're right, you want this to pop in pictures. And I think it really does. I mean, looking at the pictures from your Airbnb, you have nice oversized art, you have ceramic lamps, you have like a warm wall tone. Everything is really stylish and looks super inviting. My one worry is that it is very, very warm. You have these deep oranges with this wallpaper treatment that's graphic, with the dining chairs, with the lamps, with the drapes. I think it's overly orange, and we need to be thinking about our 60-30-10. We need to be doing a mix of warm as well as cool. So right now, I'm only seeing that your accent color is a version of orange. And there are several different types of orange in this room, and there might be some red as well. It's hard to tell from the imagery, but we need to cool this place down. Other than that, I think it looks stylish and quite inviting. Now, you didn't mention anything about the countertops, as I recall in your email. So I do think that you should go with the white IKEA cabinetry because that is one of the more durable finishes for the doors that they offer. Uh, but I think that just keeping the backsplash a white tile is a lost opportunity. I would keep the space really very neutral with maybe a white IKEA cabinet, maybe a new countertop that is kind of a marble effect with some gray striation, and then doing something more exciting with the backsplash because I think that it will help to give it some character. Now, you do not have to match the stainless steel with the gold fixtures, but you do need to keep the gold throughout. So, looking into the living room, looking at the doors, the hinges, things like that, you'd want to be changing those out for gold as well, because right now I'm seeing that your knobs are in the silver family. I do not mix cool and warm metals. Cool being silvers, warms being golds or brasses. I will mix black metals or dark metals, I call them, wrought irons, oil rub bronze, with either the silvers or with the brasses. Now, how stuck are you on these brasses? Because I think it's going to open up quite a few issues. I mean, you're going to have all these brass accents, you're going to have all these brass light fixtures, and then you have silver doorknobs, silver hinges. How much change do you want to make? I would lean into the silver instead, and I would do the silver black combo to give it a little bit more personality. But I think the silver black is going to be a much stronger and much more timeless choice than the brass gold. That's just my 2 cents, Derek. But I love this place. You are making me want to come back to Palm Springs and stay. The last time I came, I stayed at a resort. It was perfectly lovely, but didn't really have much flavor. But it was a true missed opportunity. I booked too late to stay at that Jonathan Adler hotel. I looked into it, but that place books up way in advance, and I was there for a wedding, so my dates were inflexible. But as many of you know, if I dug down to my heart of hearts, my true best self, my personal style is like a mod kind of retro, all things vintage. I love Formica. I love kidney shaped coffee tables. I love over the top graphic wallpaper. That's just what makes my heart sing. I never get to design in that style, not even for my own home, because it's a lot of look. But I love that you're really embracing it. And I think it's so fun in this context, in this town, to, as you say, really lean in. All right, let's get to your next question about mixing the golds and brasses. So, as long as you stick with the warm metals, even though I don't want you doing the warm metals, didn't you hear what I just said a minute ago, Derek? As long as you stick with the warm metal family, I'm fine with you mixing polished, brushed. I do the same thing when I'm dealing with silvers as I want you to do. You know, you have brushed nickel for your handles on the doors. Then it looks like you have some chrome in the bathroom. I mix polished chrome, pewter, anything in the cool metals family is fair game. Anything in the warm metals family can be mixed, no matter the finish. So that's my 2 cents. Don't get too precious with trying to pick the exact brushed thing that goes with this, that goes with that, because keep in mind, good design is not about being matchy-matchy. It's about picking things that go well together, but didn't come together. We don't want it to look like a kitchen set, right? So use that creativity, but maybe think about something different than gold. A big thank you to our amazing producer, Catherine Heller, to Aton and the MCR House Band, and to Affordable Interior Design, the sponsor of this podcast and the premier place to get an amazing look on a budget. Check out affordableinteriordesign.com. If you guys love the show, the very best way to support us is by spreading the word. Tell your friends or write us an awesome review on iTunes. So until next week, guys, thanks so much for joining us, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.